What's going on YouTube? I am TheOPJellicent, and I am here with week 4 of the WPL against the Detroit Solgaleos, coached by Excalibur YT. His link will be in the description. If you want to see what mons we're bringing, that will also be in the description. I'm not going to say the outcome, I'm going to say this was a relatively long match. And it was also relatively hacksy, but we'll get into that. Let's just start. So right away he leads off with this. I actually have no switch into this on my team, and right away, as you can see, he misses a focus blast. So as you can see, things are already going my way, and I just go right out into Lottie here. I honestly would have clicked Hyper Voice, but because he already showed the focus blast. But here, I believe I Side Shock him, and Soldu Draco will actually not kill Mew from that range, so I decide to switch out, as he just decides to soft boiled up. And here he pulls out the switch into Moltres, and I don't know if it's right here where the next tax happens. Yeah, he roosts up, and I believe I just roar him out. So now that Moltres comes out, it does have to take 50% from rocks, and speaking of it coming out, it comes out right here. So there is one switch in, and there's the next tax where the Hurricane misses. I would have been able to take it decently. I don't know whether he was Specs or not. I don't even know if that Moltres ever gets off an attack, but Goodra ends up coming out here, as I can just weaken that with the Will-O-Wisps. He does have recovery on his Florges here, so it's really not that big of a deal even if getting off these burns. As he decides to throw off the Earthquake, and I am defensive, so that's going to be doing really no damage, as I believe here I Morning Sun, and pull a switch out into my... No, I don't switch. Because ideally I should just switch out into Kyurem, because it's a pretty good fast electric check, but I throw off a Flamethrower just to weaken Lopunny. And right now things are really going my way. Granbull is like the switch into every Mega Lopunny there is, so... Because even with a return, it's only doing like 23 max, and I am Rocky Helmet, so if he wants to attack me, he will take 17%. So here he brings out his Florges, probably the biggest problem for me, because I do have Scarf Kyurem, and with Scarf Kyurem, I have to get rid of this before I can click Outrage. The good thing though is if Florges does go down, Scarf Kyurem pretty much just takes the match, and I do have Iron Head on Scarf Kyurem, so that can definitely work. But here I'm going to bring out his Mew, as I don't want to take any Will-O-Wisps or anything with Aggrons, so I switch out into my Arcanine, as I believe he gets a crit Spadef drop here, so, and I miss my Wisp, so he's kind of getting some hacks back. So, and at this point he's still really inconfident, but he can still definitely win this match. I believe I just roar him out again on his Calm Mind, and down goes a Moltres. So I get the first win of the match, but it's still looking like that Florges is a really big problem. So yeah, this is what I was talking about. He goes for the return, and he does take Rocky Helmet damage, as I do 41% with the player off. I could have EV'd to have that 2-hit KO, but it would have to be after rocks anyway, so fortunately that's not going to 2-hit KO, and I believe here this is when he switches back out into the Lopunny. No, he protects here. So I know he's trying to Wisp Pash off into Lopunny at this point, but it doesn't live a Flamethrower from the range it's at. So he's just going to keep on wishing up here, and I believe, yeah, here he makes the switch out as a Morning Sun again. No, I miss a Will-O-Wisp. So of course the hack is already coming back to haunt me, after he misses that Focus Blast and that, Hurricane on the Moltres. So Bouquet is going to come out, and I believe here no, not here. I know it does have Aromatherapy on it, and he's just going to continue taking Rocky Helmet damage, which is completely fine with me, but he's going to get his Lopunny all the way back to full, which is kind of an issue. So here he's going to Baton Pass out, right out into Heliolisk, which is a good play. Baton Pass is definitely nice if you don't have Volt Switch or U-Turn. And this time, even if he clicks Hyper Voice, it's fine, because I do have, it doesn't kill me, so I can just click Scarf Dragon move, and here Kyurem Black gets its kill, as it does manage to knock out the Goodra, and out comes Lopunny here, as I can just switch into my immediate counter to this every time, which is Granbull, and he's going to take even more Rocky Helmet damage. So here, it's kind of looking like a stalemate, even though it does look in my favor. Florges walls like most of my team. Mew is a big problem to my team. Megalopi can come out and fake out, but I can also apply offensive pressure. So it's definitely looking kind of even here. As you can see, that player off is doing nothing to defensive Mew. And here I go out into my Latios, as I believe here I try to weaken him into range of the Draco, which never ends up happening. because Psyshock's not doing a lot of damage, so Shadow Ball is going to come out and do a pretty big amount. So basically I made a mistake there. I shouldn't have let my Lottie get weakened, and here he just throws off the Heat Wave and ends up knocking me out. So his best thing to hit me with is Shadow Ball, which still only does 32 at +1, but he does get another lovely special defense drop, so I do have to switch out here, because at -1, Moonblast will kill defensive Arcanine. And here I decide I'm done. I'm going to go for the win here. Kind of a little impatient on my part, because I go for DD here, but he gets his wish back. I should have definitely just clicked Waterfall there to knock him out, but unfortunately I didn't. So here I believe I just Waterfall and switch out into the Heliolisk. I should have clicked EQ, really obvious, but he does get his Dry Skin, and I do know he's Scarf considering he's only clicked a Volt Switch, so out comes the Lopunny again, and I need Kyurem to win this game, so I save it as he just clicks High Jump Kick here. And once again, he's just going to keep on taking that damage. As the Rufus wants to come out, I believe I'd switch out here. No, I think I just fire off another player off. No, I Toxic him. Kind of forgot that I even had Toxic on this. So now Grand Ball is a weekend, and it's not really doing the job it needs to for the Lopunny anymore, and there it goes down. So now it's 4-4 when it was 4-6 in my favor, and it's definitely looking a little grim, but Lottie will be able to take out this Heliolisk here with the Draco Meteor, and I believe here he just brings out Florges, right? And I click Psyshock hoping I can maybe 2-hit KO and hoping he doesn't wish, but he does wish, so I do have to switch out right here into my Arcanine. The reason I switch out here into Arcanine is just to Morning Sun up. Everything else outspeeds my Arcanine and will KO it from this range, so I need Arcanine as a check to the Lopunny, so I am able to Morning Sun up here, as he pretty much cures his entire team. Or, well, the entire of whatever he has left. And here I can just Wisp it again, as he's just going to keep on stalling me out. And he definitely has more wishes than I do Morning Sun, so it's definitely looking a little bit of a problem right now. So just giving you a quick rundown of the game. Right now, if I can get rid of Florges, Kyurem wins, but right now Florges walls everything else, so... and so does Mew pretty much. Mew walls everything except for Kyurem. So Kyurem is definitely my win condition. Arcanine I need for Lopunny, definitely, so I'm trying to keep that healthy here. As you can see, I'm trying to Morning Sun up. And this is kind of the stally portion of the match. It just keeps on going on and on with these switches, just us weakening each other's teams, and I'm really trying to get out that Lopunny here to get the knockout onto it with Stealth Rock's damage, so I keep on Flamethrowing on his Moonblast, and I'm just Morning Sun up, hoping to drag out that Lopunny eventually, because if I can get rid of Lopunny using Stealth Rocks, I'm going to be in a really big position, because he won't have that Fake Out pressure anymore. And I believe here I roar him out trying to get out the Lopunny, but nope, it keeps on bringing out Mew, so I believe I even roar him back out into Florges here. Yep. So Lopunny refuses to come out due to roar. I don't know if roar works, like it roars out a certain mon depending on whatever you roar out, but he's going to fire off the Moonblast, and it's not looking good for us. This Florges is just walling everything, and eventually I will run out of Morning Suns to heal up, so... he does go for Shadow Ball here, and I am able to get off the Wisp, as, of course, Synchronize is not going to work, and at least I have this burnt now, but he is going to be able to do some damage to me right now. So I do roar him back out into Florges, and at this point, I believe I still do Preserve Arcanine, because I have to have it for the Lopunny. So out comes Kyurem, and I believe this is the point in which I just click Iron Head, and I get the critical hit. I don't know if the crit mattered, depending on his spread. Let's check right now, actually. Damage calc. Kyurem Black. Did I stop the replay? Yeah, I did, okay. Kyurem Black, Choice Scarf, I am Adamant. Against defensive Florges. Iron Head should do a big amount. Florges is more specially defensive than Fizz Def, if anything. Iron Head did 59 to 70. I don't know what he clicked there. If he clicked a Wisp, I would have just continued clicking. I mean, not Wisp, but Wish. I would have just continued clicking Iron Head and eventually worn him down. So I pretty much got a KO there. But at this point, Kyurem wins the game, as I said. If I can let if I can kill Florges, that means it'll just win. So down that goes. I should have just clicked Outrage. I don't know what I was doing. But out comes Rufus. I will be able to bring it all the way down. At this point, I was scared because if this actually did not kill, he would have won the game. And actually, I think he could have won the game if he soft-boiled it up first on my Ice Beam, and then started Calm Minding up, and then I wouldn't have been able to kill him with anything. Maybe Scarf Outrage would have done the trick, but I actually think he might have had it. So, and I am able to Ice Beam here and finally get my knockout. So, we do win the game against Excalibur, and we are now 4-0. Definitely quite a hacksy game. Next week we do face Matthew, coach of the Hawaii Charizards. I think he's 0-4 right now, but definitely not underestimating anybody in this league. Everybody's really competitive. And yeah, we're going to try to keep up our win streak. We are still at number 2, because there is a team ahead of us who is winless right now. It was undefeated just like us, but he does have higher differential. I'm not going to say who that is because, you know, spoilers, but either way, I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you next time.